over again for the FA Cup at Wembley on Thursday night. The news tonight from the Spurs training camp is that only goalkeeper Ray Clements didn't train today. He received treatment on a strained calf muscle, so it looks as if Spurs will field the team that started the game on Saturday. But of course, it wasn't until extra time that both goals came.
Oh, good tackle by Hoddle on Waddock. Roberts. Hoddle. Hoddle! It's there! It's there! He won it with the tackle and he scored the goal! Glenn Hoddle, the pride of Tottenham. Stainrod with the long throw for Queen's Park Rangers. Roberts was Hazel split, and Fennick was in there, and it's a goal! Terry Fennick.
Goals that came late, but left the crowd talking about what might have been. As for the hero and a stumbling block to Spurs, undoubtedly he was QPR goalkeeper Peter Hucker.
That's Crook's shot. Oh, what a fine save by Peter Hucker. Brilliantly tipped over. Galvin short to Hazard. That's his shot, and Hucker turned it away. Archibald's gone through the centre, and this could be it. Archibald is through on the goalkeeper for Spurs, and Hucker has saved. Little Gary Brook, you'll try a shot from here. Oh, that's the sort of spectacular stuff the fans want to see.
Well, that was amazing, Peter Hucker. Congratulations. Now, when I talked to you on Saturday, about 2 hours before kick-off, you were a little tense.
Yes, I think standing about in the hotel waiting to leave, a few butterflies creeping in there, but I was waiting to enjoy the day, really, and, you know, get on with it.
And then you arrive there, and after the toss, you, the goalkeeper, are at the Spurs supporters' end, so you must hear nothing but Spurs shout.
Yes, we warmed up behind, with our own supporters behind us, but then we decided to swap ends and went up to the Spurs end. It's a little bit unnerving to start with, but you might as well go in at the deep end.
And you did, because one of the saves that you made, that save that we saw against Archibald, one-handed across the goal. Now, is that instinctive, or do you work out beforehand how these forwards shoot?
I work at one-against-one situations quite a lot, but in the end it's a little bit of kidology. He's trying to kid me, I'm trying to kid him, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Now, in your career at Queen's Park Rangers, it's been sort of up and down. I remember that you came in against Middlesbrough in the third round of the Cup, and I believe that you travelled to the ground that day on the tube. A bit different to Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, I often, well, always go to home games by tube. I do drive, but living in Manor Park in East London, it's a lot of hassle to drive through the city. You've got a lot of things on your mind. I prefer to travel by tube. I can read the papers and take my time.
Yeah. And I believe that they were actually sort of letting you out to other clubs for quite a period.
Yes, there was 3 goalkeepers at the club then. Phil Parks, Derek Richardson and myself. I was too old to play youth football, so they loaned me to other clubs, to Cambridge for a little while to help their promotion to the 2nd division from the 3rd, and I went to Dartford to help them in their FA Cup.
Dartford?
Yes, they had an FA Cup run of the first 3 preliminary rounds, and I played in all those. And we were knocked out in a replay by Sutton United in the end.
You laugh at it now, but were there times when you really did despair? Because they also kept buying goalkeepers, didn't they?
Yes, I think so. I kept saying to myself, well, this could be the last season for me. And at the end of the season, the manager would get the sack, and the new manager would come in and think, well, shall I last out a little bit longer? And then he'd bring a goalkeeper in, and it just went on and on like that. But I'm glad I stuck it out now.
Why didn't they have faith in you when we see you now?
I don't know. I was fairly young then, and I nearly didn't really get a chance to get the experience in the side.
Did Ray Clements say anything to you, by the way, after the match on Saturday?
Yes, he said, you know, well done, well played. He said, you must be very pleased with that, and I was. Yeah,
and was he felt a bit sick, I suppose?
Well, it's very difficult for a goalkeeper when you're sitting in a game like that and you have nothing to do and still don't win the game. It's very hard.
Now, what about the replay on Thursday night? No Glenn Roeder, because he's suspended. He's your captain. He was one of the men of the match beside yourself.
Yes, it'll be a bit of a loss without Glenn, but we've got players who can fill his position. I think Tony Curry will do a good job as a captain.
And will you play as well again, we hope, and are?
Terry Venables puts his FA Cup squad